All right, and we're live, we're live, we're live. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Hear the piano. So it's been a while. I got a new webcam, so if it looks different, that's why. I'm still testing it, trying to get it all working out. But I thought we'd do another composing with coffee. Got my coffee here. An impromptu stream. Last time we did one of these, we failed miserably. So hopefully today we'll have a little bit better compositional turnout. They say it looks and sounds good so far. Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, so I got a new webcam, so it's kind of like washing me out a little bit. I tried adjusting the settings. I don't know, so I have to mess with it a little bit more to get it just perfect, but I think it looks good. So yeah, I got some new libraries. Hey Yoshi, how you doing? It's good to see everybody. Anyway, off the top, I know a couple people in chat. If you want, go ahead and join the Discord server. I did put a video out for it. I don't know if you've seen it. If not, I can put it in the chat. We actually have a tab in there for live streaming. So, if you guys have questions, if you're a subscriber to the channel, I will pay attention to that chat. I'm also paying attention to YouTube and Twitch chat if you're watching on Twitch. But the Discord channel will get, presents first just because. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get started. So I got a couple new libraries that I want to try out. I got some new Spitfire stuff. I got the Symphonic Strings Evolutions. So I think I'm going into a new type of direction with my, not really new because I've always been kind of ambient, kind of soft stuff. And that's just what I do well, I think. As a composer, one thing I think we need to come to terms with is compose what you know and compose what you do best. Don't try to go, it's always good to go out there and try to do new things, to learn new things, but always stick to what you're good at. Because a lot of times you're just going to flounder and waste your time trying to, I'm not going to be John Williams. I'm not going to be, those people, Alan Silvestri. So just be me, be Todd, and do what I do. So that's kind of where we're going. And that's just a little piece of advice for upcoming composers and stuff like that is, do what you do best and do what you love. If you like John Williams, great. But just remember, you never will be him. You can try and you can learn, you can study, and eventually you'll get there to the point where, you might be able to sound like him, but you never will be him because it's John Williams. He is John Williams. Just like Hans Zimmer is Hans Zimmer. And just like you are you. I'm Todd Edwards, so I compose like me. So off my soapbox, let's get started. I hope everybody's having a great day. Like I said, this is impromptu. I've been wanting to do one of these for a while. Just been busy with freelancing work. Like I told everybody, I always like to be transparent. I'm building a freelance business outside of the YouTube stuff. I lost my job in October. So that's why, sometimes there's little gaps here and there for stuff, videos and stuff sometimes. So the one thing about the Symphonic Strings Evolutions, you can just hold. To me, this feels kind of like cheating, but it's not. It's something I have to get over. But you just hold down the notes, and the strings will evolve. And what you can do here is you can change and have different notes. So this is just right out of the box. So just like they say, they're evolutions. They evolve. So they're moving, which is cool because you can. Sometimes you just want this, and you can tell they kind of have dynamics to them as well, which is so good. So they kind of fade out, and they kind of come back. So it's pretty cool. They also do have dynamics. It's just really hard to hit the dynamics when I'm holding this chord down. Hold on. There we go. So I can bring them down. So it's pretty cool. This is Symphonic Strings Evolutions. It's Spitfire. I might do a full walkthrough of it. It's been out for, I think, over a year. So, like I said, I got a couple new libraries from Spitfire. My walkthrough video for my template I'm kind of using the new template now. It's still tweaking like we always do when we're building templates. We're always tweaking. But I'm pretty much going all Spitfire. There's some other stuff that's, mixed or peppered in the template. And I've kind of changed my approach a little bit. So I'm going to try to shoot that video this week and hopefully give it out by Thursday, my walkthrough. I just have to dedicate, an hour or so to go through the whole template. But that should be coming soon. So yeah, I got solo strings, the new alternative solo strings. I've been playing with it a little bit. It's pretty cool, but if you're looking for a solo string library, it's not, just like it says alternative. Oops, sorry. I was adjusting the volume. I think I was clipping a little bit on the mic. It's just like it implies. It is alternative. There's a different approach to it. It's pretty cool. One thing I've noticed about Spitfire and their libraries as of late, they're going for more kind of realistic sound and more flowy, so you're not just like, it's just not just like one note. A lot of the libraries like Orchestral Swarm, I picked that up too, and that's very move in motion stuff. Like you hold down keys and it's kind of doing stuff for you. So all right, let me lay something down here. Let me get the tempo. We're just gonna wing it today a little bit. I think I'm gonna go with a little ambient, and we'll see where we fall. If we fall on our face again, we fall on our face, or maybe we'll get something cool. Yosh said that's why I like Spitfire. Yeah, me too. I always liked Spitfire from the beginning when I first started out. Am I clipping on the mic? Let me know. I could pull it back a little bit. Let me know, guys, if it's clipping. I hear a little popping, so I just make sure, and I'm looking at the meters here, and it's a little bit hot, but yeah, like I was saying, Spitfire libraries, when I first got into doing this stuff, okay, it's fine, good, perfect. I was very impressed with Spitfire. Like I always say, and you always hear me say, I think Spitfire is the Apple of sample libraries. They just, the way they approach it, design, a lot of, for Spitfire is the design, the look and the feel, the packaging, just like Apple. So they have a very Apple sense about their things, which I'm very attracted to. So the thing that, put me off with Spitfire at first, they're always putting out new libraries, which, you can't keep track of it. And plus, they are quite expensive, but they actually, 2 years ago, I think they were more expensive than they are today. I think they've come down a little bit on their pricing, so which is always good. Okay, let me get this set here. All right, here we go. Messed it up. So that's the thing, like, I'm not a good keyboard player, so that's why I fumble along too much, because I'm fumbling trying to get this stuff. I need to take piano lessons. I really do. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Actually, I think what we're going to do here is we're going to take this. I think we're just going to go here. Actually, let's make this 16 bars. Because we're going to have this slowly kind of come into it. I think a lot of composers aren't good with keyboard either. Yeah, I think so. Well, a lot of composers that I meet, man, they're guitar players, which I'm a guitar player. I don't even think I could compose on a guitar. I've been thinking about getting one of those MIDI things for the guitar, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Michael Patty and Daniel James. Yeah, they make mistakes as well. Well, Michael Patty, he is a piano player. I can tell. He plays piano pretty good. Or at least he's had some lessons. I've never taken lessons. The only thing I've ever taken for piano is this book I got right here. Level 1 keyboarding. I've been going through it a little bit. I've been practicing with a metronome. and stuff like that. I'm just not fast. Like, I know the keyboard, I know the how to make chords and all that stuff. It's just playing. Yeah, that's all. All right, let me get this view here. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in. Let's go back here. Let's take our mod wheel down, and then we're gonna quit some mod data. Okay, there we go. Get it's modulation. We got the expression. Okay, perfect. Now we got to do this. Let's make this one track. Yeah, and I just haven't been able to compose as much as I want to. Like I said, I've been busy, building a freelance business, trying to get work, and too many things going on at once, which is great. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful. It's just trying to find the time, to sit down and compose. All right, let's see here. I think that will work. And I also got a while back the Oliver Arnold Composer Toolkit. So I got the felt grand piano, which is really nice. Hey, how you doing? Cornelius, he's in Twitch. All right, so I think we're gonna do that. Really like this Spitfire felt grand piano, the Oliver Arnold's one. I also have the Spitfire Labs one, which I love too. Yeah, well, it's okay, man. If you want to watch on Twitch, it's cool. But yeah, there's people in YouTube. I stream on both platforms. I stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I'm thinking about just doing them separate, but I like most of the majority of the audience is on YouTube, but I like to get Twitch in there too. Because I actually started with Twitch first. I used to live stream on Twitch before I did YouTube. So it's just one of those things. All right, so hold on. I want to see where I want to put this chord. I think when it dips down, we'll do it there. So we'll come to the peak. Yeah, right there. I don't think we were on there. Also, I have Cornelius in the Discord. I have a live stream there, so if you have any questions or want to talk or whatever, it's fine. We're hoping to grow that Discord channel, man. It's been really beautiful. Everybody that's been participating and beyond my expectations so far. Really appreciate it. We'll hold that for 2 bars. And it's cool because we get to know one another, in Discord. It's really cool. And like I said, the whole reason I created the Discord channel was to help everybody, to connect everybody with new composers and ask questions and all that good stuff. And like I said, today's just about having fun today, composing. Whatever we compose, we compose. I think I just got to get away from it. Like, I got to compose a full piece. It's like, dude, we're just having fun. Yeah, the Discord is rather lovely to be a part of. That's great. I'm glad that you like being a part of it. Yeah, because like I learned something. Hey, Yoshi, you joined too. Cool. Yeah, it's so cool. The only thing about it is I notice a lot of people use mobile. Pardon me. I swallowed wrong. Last bit of coffee. I use the desktop, so I'm on all the time, which is no big deal. But it's slowly growing. And yesterday, someone in Discord started talking about some Cubase stuff that I didn't even know you could do. So, like I said, you learn something new every day. All right, let's see how this sounds. That's cool. C sus2. Alright, I think I have to get the pedal down too. Did I get the sustain? Yes, I did. Oh, it's going out there. There we go. Alright, so let's listen to it at the beginning. Make sure that hits on that peak. Now, where do we go now? This is always good. I always get something started, and it's like, yeah, okay. Uh-oh, what do I do next? This is the worst part of composing. Ooh, we could do a C sus4. Let's do that. We're going to keep it mysterious. Like I said, guys, we're just Bob Rossing it today, man. We're seeing what sticks. We're just having fun today. Is the DAW sound coming through my mic? It should not be. I have, that's why I'm wearing headphones. Does it sound like it is? I hope not. Whoops. I hope not. Give me 1 sec. Let me double check. It shouldn't be. Well, hold on. Maybe, hopefully it's not a setting here. I got to find a different way to reroute my audio. I think loopback is something. Let's see. I think it's you? Okay. I think it's loopback. I think some people use that. I'm going to try it out. Because right now I'm using the I Show You one. And I don't think it works very well. So we're just going to dance around here. Like I said, I don't know if this is good or not. I don't care. I'm just, whatever comes out today. This is more like background. One thing I noticed though with those evolution strings, it's like I have to start from the beginning to get the full effect. I think there's a way in Cubase to make it play right where you put the right here. Like if I put it right here, this is where it's going to play. As you can see, it's not. Okay, no problem, Cornelius. I understand. Oh, you're grabbing dinner? Wow, it's like morning here. It's night there. That's the thing with all these time zones. You know, you guys are going to bed and I'm just getting up. But I appreciate you stopping by. We'll see you in Discord. All right, so where do we take this? Oh man, I've been so rusty. Done. There. I'm gonna change that. Oh, it's 1:15 in the morning. Wow, it's only 11:15 a.m. here. That's so cool that we have everybody from around the world. That's awesome. But you have to come by and see what you're doing. Yeah, I appreciate it. You're gonna watch an airplane crash into the ground. No, you're gonna watch me crash and burn. Oh, I kid. No, we're gonna do something good today. All right, that's not gonna work. There, let's try that. Well, we can go back to the fourth, I guess. I hear it in my head. See, this is the problem I have, and I'm sure everybody out there that's watching or is going to watch has the exact same problem as me. I hear it in my head, but it's hard to get it into the DAW. No, that's not going to work either. So we got to go do a new chord. We'll do the F, so we'll go to the fourth. How predictable. That is not bad, people. You can do that. You want people to know what's coming next. You have that problem too, Yoshi? That's another thing with the Discord channel. I get to know everybody's real name so I can actually use it. Well, some people. There we go. That's beautiful. I was going to say something. Yeah, so the reason I have problems with composing is because I'm more of a tactile person. So the whole DAW thing messes me up because when I was coming up, when I was playing guitar, I would write songs with me and my guitar, and I would just stumble through it until it got it right. Okay? So and then I used to have a little tape recorder. You know, one of those little micro cassette recorders. Maybe you people don't even know what they are. I think I actually still have it somewhere. And I would just set it down when I had the idea, and I would record it. So I had no metronome, no DAW, no nothing. It was just me and a tape recorder, and I would lay it down. And so for me, that's very freeing, and that's how I got so used to getting ideas out. And then when I actually had a band, high school and a little bit into college, and what we do is we would set everything up, and we would play the song. You know, so we weren't doing it in a DAW. We were just playing the song all the way through, and we would record it. You know, if you made a mistake, you flubbed it. But so like that's where my mindset is, and that's how I've always did ideas. And then when I got a DAW, like I think 10 years ago, I think I used GarageBand. It's cool, but for me, it's just for my workflow and the way I'm used to composing, just kind of messed me up. Because I'm so tactile, and like I have to work out the ideas and just play it. I can't you know what I mean? I can't, because I'm a guitar player. So that's how I learned how to teach. You know, I play guitar and I write songs that way. So hey, official thing, how's it going? Welcome. Sorry, I just saw that you chatted in the chat room. So that's how I get all messed up. We're just composing today, man. You're gonna watch me crash and burn. No, we're just having fun today. Seeing where it goes. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. All right, let's play it from the beginning. I don't think that's gonna work. I feel like we have to go back to the C there, and I'm testing out these couple new libraries I got. Yeah, I think we would go too early to that F there. So let's see. Working on a remix. No, I am not an EDM guy. Good morning. How are you? I don't want to butcher the name. Tinville. I know that you're in the chat. You're in the Discord chat. I'd probably butcher that, and I'm very, very sorry. See, it would help to like work it out as I go along, but I'm one of those discovery composers. I like just see what happens. I've done some EDM. I've never really did dance tracks. I mean, I just don't think I would be that good at it. I actually might be. I don't know. But yeah, I never really messed with it. I love it though. I find some of it pretty cool. I think we had some on the last track reviews. EDM and orchestral. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be pretty cool. I've always wanted to do back in the there was a record that came out by Joe Satriani, Engines of Creation. Came out like I think 2000 or around that time. He did, if you don't know who Joe Satriani is, he's a guitar player. He does instrumental guitar stuff. What he did was, back then it was EDM. I don't know what it was called. It was just dance music. And he cross-pollinated it with the instrumental guitar stuff with dance music. It was so cool. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. And I've always wanted to do that. Do like dance music with like electric guitar stuff. I just never got around to doing it. But yeah, I think that would be pretty cool. But that really inspired me when he did that. Messed that up. Thank you. Good night. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So I'm thinking like kind of like go into that and then kind of come into something like I was just playing. I was just messing around. I don't know what I was playing. Sometimes it's clipping. Okay, hold on. Let me adjust it. Sorry. One sec. Let me make sure. There we go. This is a beautiful piano. This is the Olafur Arnold's from the Composer Collection, the Composer Toolkit. Really cool. Really beautiful. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, sometimes I can't The sound here on Twitch is better than YouTube. Oh, interesting. I have the Labs one, but they're closing Labs down, which is a shame. And this one, I like this one too. But after using that Olfer one, I think I prefer that one over this one now. It's still pretty good. You're on YouTube. Yeah, I know that you're on YouTube. I see the chat. No, somebody on Twitch. I'm on Twitch as well, and somebody on Twitch told me that the sound was better on Twitch. I don't know. I'm not testing it, so I don't know. I would probably agree with that. Twitch usually has better quality. I've noticed sometimes. Yeah, so I combine both, to build the audience. Because I used to stream on Twitch before I streamed on YouTube, and I was like, well, all my audience is on YouTube. We're building a YouTube following, so it probably just makes sense to to just stream on YouTube. So I just did both. Yeah, the only issue is you can't go back and check history. I know. All these are archived on YouTube. So if you're watching on Twitch, head on over to youtube.com/user/Todd K. Edwards. And, combine both pianos. Yeah, I could do that. And all the time I do live streams, they're all documented on my channel. And I do videos on my channel about Cubase, composing, quick tips. We do track reviews every month. People send in their tracks. So all that's on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check it out. We have a Discord channel as well where some of these people that are in YouTube are actually in right now. So, yeah, a great community that we're building here. All right. Anyway, back to composing. So I'm thinking that F is not going to work. We might have to come back. We'll go to the F eventually. Let me see. Let me hear. I mean, we could do it, but it's too early to do it to go to that F right now. Hold on, I'm gonna try something. We'll go to the F. We'll do maybe F in the bass. Let me see what that sounds like. No, it's not going to work either. Can I phone a friend? Oh, what happened? Oh, I had the wrong track set. There we go. I don't know. Maybe we're not supposed to. Okay, hold on. Maybe we shouldn't start with that sus. We could do that. I think we when we went to the sus4, it goes right back to there. That's what screwed us up. So maybe we can do an F here. And then go back to the, have this go to C. Oops. There we go. I think that fixed it. All right, listen to the beginning now. Like I said, those evolution strings, you have to start from the beginning for some reason. Just kind of annoying. It feels like it's dragging a little bit. I'm trying to get a bed down because we're going to put some stuff on top of this. So I'm just trying to get a, something that's not really distracting, just kind of in the background. That's what I'm kind of going for right now. Let's see. Anybody in chat have any recommendations? Can I phone a friend? I hear something in my head, but okay. Try this. Okay, this will work. Then we can repeat it or something. Like I said, I'm not thinking today. I'm just like doing stuff. Like I'm just putting stuff down. What we could do is we could change some of these bass notes to make it a little more interesting. I'm just laying stuff down. I'm not trying to think today. Just trying to see what comes out. All right, so we got that. I'm thinking. Ooh, I can hear the piano in my when I hit that note right there. You hear that? That like Antonio, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. That's weird. I can hear the hammers hitting that hitting the piano. Interesting. That's the one thing about Spitfire. If you're not used to Spitfire libraries, they leave a lot of the stuff in their samples. So like you'll hear like people with bows or like kind of breathing and coughing. Like they don't clean that stuff up, and that's like their thing for realism. I've noticed, like, because technically in a recording you're gonna hear stuff like that, so it kind of makes it feel like it's realistic. That's one thing I've noticed about Spitfire is they will leave artifacts in. I'm great, brother. How you doing? Feeling inspiration? Trying. It's been a while since we did one of this because the last time I did one, I crashed and burned pretty hard. So yeah, like I said, I'm trying to use some of these new libraries I picked up over the last month or so, and just playing with them. I haven't had much time to compose, man. Like I've been slowly building a freelance business out of this. Since I lost my job in October, so I'm trying to do that stuff and just trying to find time to compose, and it's just not happening. But yeah, I'm feeling inspired today. We'll see what comes out. Hope you're feeling inspired, but I appreciate you stopping on by. Jurassic Park. Oh, we gotta extend that. So what I'm thinking, I'm just getting a bed because we're gonna put some stuff on top of this. So right now it sounds pretty dull and lame, but it's just background for right now. Let's just extend this out. I'm just trying to do something new, just something different. Not new, but just something different. Kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit. Do a little more ambient orchestral kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. Like I hear it in my head right now, like what I want to do, but if that's going to come out in my fingers and into this DAW, yeah, we'll see. That's the thing I struggle with the most. Like I said, like I'm a guitar player, so I'm used to sitting down on a guitar, working out all the parts. I'm not a keyboard player, so like trying to work out parts sometimes is a little hard for me. And then, obviously dealing with the freaking DAW makes it even worse. So I'm thinking the second time around, we'll go to that F here. Because you guys are already bored with the... And I compose too slowly. That's another problem. Instead of going to the C there, I think we'll go to the F. Oh, we already did go to an F right there, didn't we? So we can't do that. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry, I hear that in my head when I play. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we want to play. Nope. Yeah, D. Well, as anybody knows, it's about experimenting and trying new things. Hey Curtis, how you doing, man? There is no too slowly. Finzi wrote very few pieces, but each one is perfect. Thank you. Good night, Yoshi. Hey, thanks for joining the Discord chat, man. I look forward to talking to you. I don't know. Is that going to work? All right. See, I'm just one of these composers. Like, I cannot write just like, for me, like this, just hearing those strings like that. I'm like, I can't do that. I got to do more. It's just something with me, man. I don't know. All right, so we got to move this bass. We got to move some of these bass notes. So the second time, let's do. Let's see. See, like for me, composing, what I should do is just like hit the record button and then like just play stuff. Isn't there a function in Cubase to play the notes at the position from where you are, even the note start is way before? I'm not sure about your question. Is there a function in Cubase to play the notes at the position from where you are, even if the note... Hey, try to get rid of the third chord the first time. Okay. Oh, I know. Yeah. To the F, go back to the... Well, we had to go into the C. Go back to that. Yeah, I understood. Cool, thanks Chris for know what he's talking about. That fourth chord should be the third. Ah. So flip them. All right, hold on. So we're going from a C sus2 to a C sus4 to an F back to a C. So Antonio, so you're talking going from the C sus2, go into the C sus4 to the F and then back to the C sus2 for the fourth time? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I'm probably making this way more complicated than it needs to be. Hold on, I'm gonna mute this real quick. I think I seen it on a channel from Dirk who has used, yeah. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Yeah. 3 type in. I know what you're talking about. So when you play it, I was talking about this earlier. Yeah, you should be able to get it to play it from when you put your when you put the bar, yeah, where you play it from. It should start right there. I know. I saw that and I've been trying to find it myself. It's in the settings somewhere. I think Christian Henson from Spitfire, he was talking about it in a Logic video and he said it's somewhere in Cubase. MIDI chase and the MIDI preference. Ah, there we go. MIDI chase. Actually, no, preference. Chase not limited to part boundaries. Never reset chase controllers. Is that it? Chase events. I see, yeah, right here. Chase events. I got them all checked. Chase not limited to part boundaries. Is that it? Or never reset chase controllers. Is that the one? Yeah, it's checked. Yeah, chase events note. It's checked. That should be it. Okay, so maybe it is. All right, back to Antonio's question. Okay, so no, just get rid of the third chord, throw it out, and move it all to the left. That's what I had at the beginning. I had it going like this. I had it. That's what I had it the first time. But then I tried going back to this. Actually, no, that would work. It just didn't sound right. I don't have never... Okay, let me check that again. So you don't have never reset chase control. Okay, mine's not checked either. I have note, controller. I got them all checked, so interesting. Here, hold on. What's this say? Okay. Yeah, it's a nice setup. Okay, interesting. I wouldn't wait to retrieve long notes. They change over time. Aren't you just going to end up playing it from the beginning anyway? Yeah, Curtis. Well, you have to for these. That's the problem. Oh, I have them muted. Yeah, 3 Typhon. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah, we were just looking in the settings. I had to check. So the way that these evolution or strings evolutions work, they evolve over time. So I'm just holding down notes and it's triggering them. So right there, you want me to go back to C. You want me to go to C. and then get rid of this chord here. And then move this all over. There we go. But I think from where I'm starting it here, that's where the evolutions are. So. There we go. Perfect. What happened, Antonio, was I had an extra bar in there. I had this at the beginning. If you go, if it was the beginning, I had the same exact setup, but for some reason it was messed up because I had an extra bar in there. That's why. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 bars in there. So yeah, this is all messed up. Your Evo string problem, you don't have to start on position 1 every time. Just activate MIDI chase your preference. I did do that. That's what we just did, I thought. MIDI chase. Right there. It's checked. Do I not check it or have it checked? I thought we just went over this. Yeah, MIDI chase can get a little glitchy if you're working with loop percussion. Yeah, loop percussion, I've had that experience in the past. So, Chris, do you see my settings, right? Oh, are you guys seeing the settings here? I have it checked. So. This is the correct MIDI that you're talking about. I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's see here. Now, where do we go from here? So I think what we're going to do... Okay, settings look good. That's what I thought. That's what I had. Interesting. So I think it's fine. Whoops. I think it's working just the way we want it. All right, so let's get rid of this. And let's scoot these over. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to get rid of this. See, that was the problem. We had an extra bar in there. You have foundation, which is out. Yeah, that's all I was looking to do is get the foundation, and then we're going to put something on top of it. I don't like that G, though. Yeah, bring the piano chords an octave lower. Yeah. I got an idea right here. One second. What we're gonna do? We messed it up. I'm not gonna go to that G. We're gonna hold that. And then the second time around, we'll change some bass notes, I think. And then we're gonna drop it an octave, like he said. C, G, open 5th underneath the piano chords high. Sounds nice too. Okay, cool. Thanks, Curtis. So then we could go back to the C right there, and we'll bring it down. And hold on. What was that? C, F, A. So then we can start on C. That's throwing me off. So do open G under 5th underneath. See, I gotta brush up on some more I just started doing some transcriptions. If you're part of the Discord channel, here I go again. I should just put a freaking sign on my head. Join my Discord channel, please. I beg you. Anyway, well, the reason I talk about it is because the value that I'm trying to provide in it. Everybody that's in there right now loves it. We all talk. I have a transcription challenge going on for this month, which I'm transcribing the love theme from Chinatown, which is a movie from with Jack Nicholson, and it goes like. Or no, it goes. Anyway, that's the trumpet part that I transcribed. And so I got it up there, and I found the piece of sheet music. I just love the trumpet. Here, we'll pull out the trumpet here. I'm wasting time, guys. I'll play it for you real quick. That's it. I've gotten a little farther, but it gets pretty. It's by Jerry Goldsmith, and if you have never listened to it, to go check it out. It's really good. It's called it's Chinatown. It's actually a really good movie too. But the score is amazing. All right, back to this. So we'll repeat it. And then we made it different. And then what we'll do is, like Antonio suggested, we'll bring this down an octave. Hold on. See, the one thing about Cubase that really pisses me off is sometimes this stuff, this velocities, and just it's difficult sometimes. And plus I'm on a 4K monitor, so like I have to like really get up there sometimes to see it, because like it's like this little dot, and it's like, okay man, I could barely see it. It's just one of my little gripes. And then we'll transpose this down. There we go. But I'm thinking we go to the C there, and then we'll do a different progression. I just switched to Cubase from Logic, and I'm having the same issue, my friend. Yes, that's one thing about Logic that I do miss, is like the MIDI editing with the curves and all that stuff is really nice. And that's one thing I do miss about Logic. So I think Studio One is like a blend of Cubase and Logic. But I like Cubase's functionality and key command and everything else. I love it. I just wish some of the functionality from Logic would come over. I still have Logic right there. I booted it up, I think, a couple of weeks ago for like the first time in over a year and a half. And I was like, whoa, because they changed the interface. They changed the color scheme. And I was like, whoa, this is different. I'm so used to Cubase. So I'm thinking, instead of going to we got to keep it because we're setting up that pattern. How does that sound, Antonio? What was the deciding factor to switch from Logic to Cubase? Okay, the main thing that made me switch from Logic to Cubase was, you see how I have these grayed out tracks right here? Right now, well, this template isn't my main template. This is my new one that I'm building. And right now I only have 290 tracks. But disable tracks function is why I switched to Cubase, because the freeze tracks function in Logic I just don't like. It's nice, but all I have to do is just hit a key command on my keyboard that I set. I set D for disable tracks. It disables that track, and as you can see, if I pull up my activity monitor, we go to memory. I'm only using 24 gigabytes of memory. Cubase is only using 2. And I have 290 tracks in this template right now. That's why. I'm not using a slave machine. And Curtis, I know you're a Logic guy, but yeah, you could get rid of that slave. And I only use the tracks that I want to use. And so I only have 64 gigabytes on this main computer. I tried the slave thing. It just, I have my old Mac Pro and it only has 32 gigabytes of RAM, and it just didn't work. So, and this workflow just works for me. I'm just so used to it. So that's why I switched, and a few other things. Because at the time when I switched, this was before Apple said that they were going to make a new Mac Pro. So I was uncertain, like, hey, if Apple doesn't make a new Mac Pro, what am I going to do for a professional computer? I don't want an iMac. iMacs are great. I had an iMac, I think 6 or 7 years ago. They're great machines, but once you're done using it, you just have a monitor. You can't upgrade it for the most part. So that's the one drawback. But I mean, I think the iMacs of today are very self-sufficient. I know Curtis, you use one, so he could speak to that. That was another reason. So I was kind of putting myself up to, like, if I ever have to go to Windows someday, I can just switch. Cubase works on Mac and PC, so it won't hinder my workflow. Like, I don't have to learn a new DAW when I switch to a PC. But Apple did say that they are in the works of doing a new Mac Pro. So, but I was on the fence on upgrading, so I bought a 2013 Mac Pro last summer. I was holding out, waiting for the new Mac. Yeah, the new iMac Pro. Yeah, those look pretty nice, man. But I don't know. I had an iMac once, and they're great. It's just I prefer, not that the trash can Mac is very expandable, because it's not. I mean, you can put new memory in it, but you have to have all these dongles. Like, Apple's in the business of dongles now. I would love to see how much they make in dongles. Because, like, your iPhone, you need a freaking dongle. For your headphones, the freaking, everything. The laptops, you need a dongle for everything. All right. Let's see here. But I hope that answers your question, Kelly. I'm like, I can hear a saxophone right now. Wow, wow. I also got let's see here. I picked up this in Labs. I bought the Labs thing that they had. It's actually a really good drum set. It's a pretty cool drum set. It's very it's very ambient, you can tell. But I got that with the Labs, I think, bundle. I think if you don't have any Spitfire Labs stuff, you better. I think you can still get them. If not, it's too late. But they're supposed to relaunch it. I like where this is headed. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know where it's headed. Sometimes it's just cool to sit down and just like without an idea. But most of the times when I do this, I crash and burn. It goes nowhere. So, but we'll see. I think. I'm thinking. I know, I did. I don't have any freaking saxophone VI instruments. Or I would. No, I'm serious. Like, I hear a saxophone. I think a saxophone would be pretty cool on this. But I don't have one, so. Oh, yeah. I don't have output either, man. Actually, hold on. I have Omnisphere, so let's pull up some Omnisphere. I'll trump your output with Omnisphere. Dude, you should get it, man. I'm serious. You will not regret it. I remember when Omnisphere came out, oh, many, many moons ago, and I was like, I have to have it. I have to have it. And it took me like 5 or 6 years to finally get it. Because I think when it first came out, man, it was very expensive. But I think it's come down in price a lot. Yeah. Omnisphere, dude, you could buy, like, here's one thing, a little secret. It's not really a secret, but you can get expansion packs for Omnisphere, and I recommend you check out the Unfinished. He also does expansion packs for other different synths, like the ones in Native Instruments. What is it? I can't think of them right now. I can't think of them. The ones that Native Instruments have. They have their synths. He does expansion packs for that. Zebra, all that stuff. So check him out, the Unfinished. Just Google his name, the Unfinished, and his stuff is worth buying. Here, I'll pull up a patch of his stuff. Oh, what's going on? Uh-oh, did my keyboard... Dude, sometimes I have this issue. Okay, what's going on? There we go. So yeah, this is the patch that he created. So good, man. Like, his stuff is so good. Like, I hate to say it, but like, you could totally like use just one patch for like background if you're doing like a film score, and you can call it a day, but I wouldn't. But so we need something kind of ambient and textury. So let me see. I don't know if I have any libraries that he has that's very ambient. Let me see here. Okay, welcome to 1982. That could totally be for a video game. The beauty of searching for sounds. Actually, hold on. Oof, that won't work. Ooh, that might work. I think that might work. We'll just have to put it down in the mix. Alright, little cheat. I don't want to sit here and listen to that all the way through. So we're just going to do this. Another thing, see, like this. Look at this. I'm trying to get this right here. And this is like little, there. See, I was trying to get that to do this. And sometimes Cubase just, you know. It's little stuff like that. Like, you have to, like, exact precision sometimes to get some of these notes, and it's ridiculous. Okay. Now, what I like to do, so I have in my setup here, I just have like 5 instances of Omnisphere that are blank, because like sometimes you just don't know what you're gonna use. That's what I do. And then I usually put what that is. Okay. I wish I could say Logic was better, but it's, hey, for $200, man, you cannot complain. You know what I'm saying? Because I bought Logic. Hold on. So, this is when I bought Logic. In a box. Logic Studio. I remember when this thing came out, man, and I bought it, I was so... And just to say, Apple has changed. Like, the stuff that you get when you bought this is insane. Hold on here. Like, you know, they gave you the CDs, and they actually, back then, they gave you... When you got Studio, I think you got, compressor? Here's everything you got with it. You got, you got Main Stage, Soundtrack Pro 3, and all the instruments, everything that they gave you. So it was like a whole bundle thing. Now they sell it all separately, which makes sense because most of the people, they just want Logic. And I think when I bought Logic, it was like $500, maybe $600 when I bought this. So for $200, you cannot complain. You know, get a full-fledged DAW for $200. It's $200, right? I think. So anyway, yeah. And then to show you how long I've had Ionosphere, it came in a freaking box. Look how big that box is. So, and I actually have a complete 6 up there. The box is about this much. It's about that big. And I think it came with like 20 CDs. It would take like, literally back then when I installed it, I think it would take like 12 hours to install it. So, yeah. But yeah, so that's how long. But yeah, I have complete 6. That was the first time I ever bought. And that was the first sounds I ever bought. Because back when I first started composing, I was doing like hip hop stuff. And it was freaking, you know, that was the first thing I ever bought. And I was like, oh my God, I got all these good sounds. And it was so cool. All right, back to this. Sorry, guys. That was 6. Yeah, I have East West. I have Goliath. And I have the pianos. The platinum pianos I bought in the box. And it literally has, I think, the platinum pianos has like 40 discs. Okay. I don't know. I think that clashes a little bit. That piano's too bright. Well, it's kind of cool because it's unsettling. Dude, I'm telling you, this needs a freaking saxophone. Boom, 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 boom. I think that works. Actually, that pad I think is going to work. That was 6 DVDs. Yeah, isn't that insane how far we've come? J.O. Ducks. Sounds good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. I might turn that down too low. I don't know. Does that note not? That note might not be good. See, I was thinking about going to that, and then going to C there instead of to that. But if we set up that pattern, we need to stick to it. Hey Kelly, thanks for joining the Discord server. I just saw that you joined a while ago. Or actually just a few minutes ago. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, we have a lot of cool people in there. And we talk about a lot of stuff, and it's growing slowly, but we'll let me see something here. Try something. So I was thinking about instead of going to the C sus2 right there the second time, going to the C and then changing the progression, but I don't know. But we could start the melody there, so it wouldn't really matter. That's what we're gonna do. So where did Antonio go? I think he took off. I bored him. He said, I'm looking at the chat. He said, try to work a melody on top for violins or flutes. I was thinking flutes. And then what we could do is we could change up the some of the bass notes a little bit. Double the length. Hey again. See, he knows when to chime in, man. He's like, I was just talking about him. He's like, no, yes, what you're doing there sucks. You need to do this. I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. All right, so what? Okay, he's talking about boring dude, they're not boring, man. I appreciate it. Because sometimes when you're composing, like you get tunnel vision and you can't see the most obvious things. At least me, I get that. Maybe you guys do too, but like, you know what I mean? Like the most obvious thing is like sitting right in front of you and you're like, oh, and then someone's just like, hey, douchebag, look right there. See it? Yep. So, okay. So if he said for the boring suggestion, I would make that third chord into the first round, double the length. So to repeat the exact same, yeah, the pattern. And then for this, do it on the second time. Perfect. I know what you're saying. Because I set up that pattern. See, I'm breaking the pattern already, and this is something I preach all the time. Stick with your pattern. No, it does, man. I totally agree. Now that I was thinking, I was like, something just doesn't sound right, and there we go. Oops, we gotta get rid of that. There we go. All fixed, all better. And then we can keep it for the second time, because we're changing it up. Ooh. So cool. There, and then we could take it somewhere else. Perfect, man. Perfect. No, I think we got it now. That sets it up, and then that second time around, we can go into it. We'll go into a melody here on bar 16. Here. So let me put a marker. So I know. Third chord from the beginning. All right, so this is the beginning one. I did it right there. Does that look good? I think that's what you meant. Oh, wow, we've been streaming for almost an hour and a half. Crazy. I'm just too slow, man. That's the problem. If I was on a deadline... Well, and plus I talk too much, too. I like talking with all you guys. I've noticed that about like composers that stream, they don't talk to their audience a lot. And that's one thing I make sure I do. Because it's not just about me sitting here and, you know, showing how good I am and or lack thereof. You know, it's about communicating, talking, and, you know, having fun together. Also, the third chord from the beginning, double the length. Take a look here. Oh, here. Hold on, let me listen to it real quick. I think I might need to bring that synth up a little. No, actually, I think it's fine. Let's try. Let's try. So this on bar 11, make that double. Okay. We'll try that. So like that. It's fine. The reason that I wouldn't do that is because I'm setting up a pattern. So that breaks the pattern a little bit. So I'd have to do that the second time around. I'd have to do it that way. Does that make sense? Did I do it right? I think I did exactly what you said. But if we're going for that pattern here, so let me see something. So what we're doing here is we're setting up this pattern. If you can see, there's a pattern there, and then the second time around. So when I go into the second time here, well, let's pull them up so you guys can see. So when we drop it here to that octave, we set this pattern up, and then we can deviate the second time around. We can break the pattern because now you're with it. It's a little trick. Not that I'm a genius or anything. I'm not. I'm actually quite. Let's just go with this for now, and we'll see how it works. And then that second time around, we'll bring in the melody. I'm thinking, I don't want to do cello because cello is always so obvious. See? Now we can break it. And what we'll do is we'll maybe change some of these bass notes to make it a little more interesting. And when we messed it, we changed it here. See? And then we'll go somewhere else. Now we can change chords and go somewhere else. I think that's what I'm trying, or what I think I see. See, because we did a G here. Or no, we did C, and now we're ending on an F. Yeah, F to it. Yeah. I think that this synth patch actually works pretty well. All right, and then like I said, bar 16 right here. So let's try a melody. What we're gonna do? I was thinking flute, like you suggested, flute or violin, which could be cool. Let's see. What we're gonna do, I don't know, but let's just improvise. Flute might not work here. Well, I got to bring some of this synth stuff. I was thinking we could pull like some freaking cheesy synth, man, like ding ding ding, Omnisphere. I mean, we could do a piano melody. I know Curtis likes to do that. Ooh, that's cool. Let's try that. We're just having fun today, man. Like, whatever comes out, comes out. That's not gonna work. Oh, there's some good stuff in there. Hold on. So if you guys don't know about, like I wasn't recording that, what you can do is hit like shift the asterisk on the key thing and do retrospective record. Hold on. Oh, it didn't record it. Or did it? Yeah, it did right there. Yeah, so we're gonna pull this up. The piano sketch. Yeah, we're just gonna sketch something out real quick. And find the bits and pieces that work, and then we'll mold it together. So let me see here. That's not gonna work. That's cool. Wow, I'm actually in time a little bit. Hey, that guy, how you doing, man? All right, let me set up the loop here. We're gonna have to loop this a little bit. I don't know, man. That flute could work. We'd have to change up. We'd have to bring some more instruments in here. Cool. That guy says, pretty good. Started meditating recently in hopes that I could form a more firm habit of composing music. That's cool, man. I've always tried to want to meditate myself, and I just never get around to doing it. Like for New Year's resolution, I was going to try to start doing some yoga. So me and my wife and my daughter, my oldest daughter, she's 3, we started doing it, I think, the first day of the year, and then after that, we never did it again. Dude, I was sore. Oh, my God. Yeah, Antonio. Hey, man, are you in the Discord server, Antonio? If you're not, man, hop in there real quick, and you can put it in there. But, yeah, so we tried doing yoga, man, and freaking, dude, it's intense, man. If anybody thinks yoga is not intense, do it one day. Just do like a 30-minute session or like 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's always good to get help from composers, man, because you guys see different things that I see. And Tony, if you're not part of the Discord channel, man, please, here, I'll send you the link. The reason why I'm saying that is just is because here, I'll put it in chat. Is because it's easy to send files and stuff. And I can listen to it real quick. Cool. There you go, man. We're trying to grow it. And like I said, this is open 24/7, and everybody that is, that subscribes to my channel and everything, it's for you guys. That's what it's for. So we can all talk and, share ideas and all that good stuff. So just pop it in there, man. I'll listen to it real quick. Like I said, I have no idea what I'm doing today. I'm just messing around. I'm trying out these new libraries that I got, and just seeing how to connect to a chat. Yeah. Oh, you never use Discord? Yeah, I figured a lot of people probably haven't used it. If you're on mobile, you can use mobile, but if you have a desktop, I would definitely suggest using desktop. It's a lot easier, and I think there's more functions. I have it on mobile too, because like when I'm ever out and about, people like send me questions and stuff, or we talk about things. But it's for the community, and to share ideas and talk. We got 5 people in there right now. All right, hold on. Let's come up with something. I'm thinking I gotta set levels too. The piano's way too loud. Let me put velocities down a little bit. And those strings are a little loud. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I'm thinking don't want to do brass. That was kind of cool. Melody writing is the worst. Let's try that. Nope, we don't want to do it. That will work though. That first part will work. This is how sometimes you have to build this, man. You just got to build it one freaking note at a time. See if that will work. I gotta see what chord that we hit there. I think that might work. Let's try that. Hold on. Mute that flute real quick. There we go. Okay. Need some adjustments though. This part right here, I'm not too sure of, but this rest of this stuff is really good. Will work perfectly. Okay, there. Sometimes you just have to sketch it out on the piano. Ooh, that's gonna be way. That's actually kind of cool, but I want it more staccato. Oops, shoot. Yeah, we need something there. So let's monkey around here. That's what we want. Bum, bum, bum. So, boom. See if that's gonna work. Probably boring everybody today. Oh, that didn't work. Whoa. No, maybe. Now it's not working. Oh, I think I know why. See, I want those staccato notes, but why isn't it doing staccato? See, this thing, I'm learning these Spitfire. Like I said, I kind of went over to Spitfire. I'm so used to using East West and Cinesamples. Like Cinesamples is really easy to use for. There we go. So I'm so used to programming for them, and sometimes using these Spitfire libraries, man. I just gotta get used to them. There we go. So it looks like when you do staccato, you gotta have higher velocity. See, I want dun dun dun. Okay, Antonio. See, man, it needs to be a saxophone. I'm telling you right now, this needs to be a saxophone. So if I got any saxophone players out there, get in touch with me. This has got to be a saxophone. I'm here. That's how I'm hearing it. I'm hearing a saxophone part. Wah, wah. I mean, I can hear it. Is there any good VIs out there for saxophones that anybody know? I don't have any, I don't think. I mean, there might be one in hold on. There might be one in Contact maybe, but it's not going to be the greatest. Let's see. I don't think I have one. Maybe I do. Hold on. I mean, I have this Cuba, but I don't think it has it's got a trumpet. Any good? I just know DSK, but it's pretty bad. VSL has probably good. Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure. I just don't own any. That's the thing. It's like I don't really write for a sax, but I'm telling you, man, like I'm hearing saxophone for this in my head. That's what I'm hearing. This piece is being written in my head, but I always have troubles, getting it out. That's my main struggle as a composer, because let me see if there's one in the factory Contact Factory library. I'm pretty sure there is, but it's not going to be the best. And if anybody's just starting out, track feedback. Ooh, track feedback. The real high. No, not today. Oh, I must not. I thought I updated Twitch. I do that monthly. At the end of the month, the last Friday of the month, we do track reviews. Today I'm just doing some composing. But anyway, if anybody's starting out and they don't have money to buy all these sample libraries, use the factory Contact libraries, because it will teach you how to orchestrate. And if you can make those sound good, you can make anything sound good. I used them for a while. But I mean, I will say that they do suck. They're not as good as today's samples, but it doesn't matter about the sound. It's about how you orchestrate too. Let me see. Is it in band? Horns. Yeah, here we go. Well, let's try one. Hold on. Let's see this. Let's see how bad this is. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah. Woo! Look out. We're bringing the fire. Let me get some reverb on there. Watch out. We got some stuff. Hey, it actually doesn't sound too bad with some reverb. I don't know, guys. I don't think we're going to do that, but let's try it. I take back everything I just said about use contact factory instruments. No, I guarantee you, if you really worked at it, got some EQ on it, you can make this sound good. Me, I can't. That staccato note sounds good. It's just that note. Hold on. Adjust something. Well, that's not better. That's kind of better. Just a lot better. What's this? Ooh. Yeah. All right. Enough of that. We're not using that. I was like gonna look at my viewer count, and we like after doing that 0. No, I'm kidding. There's still people here. Okay, here we go. Ugh, man, that was bad. Yeah, what's going on here? Programming. We want to bring this down a little bit. Bring that back. Because flute players have to breathe. I don't think that's going to work. I think those are 30s. Oh. Duh. That's why. I forgot to put the key switch in there. Yeah, I think it's good. It's just I'm not good at, like I said, I'm still learning how to program for Spitfire. So that's the problem. Oh, hold on. There we go. I'm still learning. Pardon me. I'm so used to using East West and Cinesamples. Like East West, like that's the one thing I love about East West is the programming. It's so easy and it sounds, they sound pretty good if you program them just right. Spitfire, I'm noticing you got to do a lot of different things. Like you got to get the velocities just right. See, what the heck? Why didn't it switch there? Oh, Christ. Okay. It's stuck on staccato, and that's not where I have it. Jesus. See, this is the problem I have. See, this stuff. Like, you spend more time monkeying around with things than you do composing. There it goes. All right, there needs to... Since this is so slow, there needs to be some movement. Right, hold on. Try legato there. There we go. I don't think that's gonna work though. F. All right, so we got G, F, C. There. Do you think that's too much though at the beginning? That C, D, F, or E here? That's cool. There we go. Okay, that. Bring that here. What did I do on the piano part there? I went to G there. Okay. The idea is good. Maybe the staccato is causing problems. It sounds good when I imagine it as legato. Yeah, I think, yeah. I changed it. Hold on. Let's just put it as legato. I had it as staccato, but I think legato works. Hey, Short, how you doing? There we go. I think that works. I just don't know if those notes are too long. We're gonna go with it though. And I think we're gonna put some, like, maybe bring in a new instrument for the background here. I really like that synth, man. That synth actually goes really well with it. But yeah, like, it feels like I'm starting over as a composer again because I switched, like I said, I switched to all freaking Spitfire, and I'm so used to using East West and Santa samples. It's like I can't get it to sound good, and it's just like, oh my god. So all that nightmare is back. All right, now what are we gonna go from here? This is always the best. It's like you get something good, and then you're like, oh, now what am I gonna do? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we can repeat it again, and then but go somewhere else with it because we're changing chords here. So we're doing the same chord. Actually, what we need to do is we need to put a chord tracks up here. I forgot to do that. So if anybody uses Cubase, I recommend you use chord markers, man. Chord track. It helps out so much. The one thing I do miss about Logic is up at the top in Logic at the bar, when you play a chord on the keyboard, it tells you what the chord is. I wish Cubase had that. I utilize that so much in Logic. That's one I actually do miss. But I really love this functionality of the chord track that they have in Cubase. 13, 14. There we go. All right, so we're doing a CD. Oops. These are some weird chords, man. But we could yeah, the chord visualization logic is so nice. I was wishing I had that this morning. Chord track is amazing though. Yeah, it really is. But I'm thinking about like reaching out to Cubase on Twitter or something. Say, hey, can you guys implement that like logic into Cubase? Because it's so cool. I mean, that's one thing about logic I will say is really cool. Whoops. Because I would look up there and like figure out chords, and I knew where I was sometimes. I guess that's just being lazy, but it helps out when you're composing. All right, so we're just back to that. Oh, so we're just repeating that. So let's just delete these. Very basic chord progression, but we could go somewhere with it. Maybe. All right, so there we go. Now we know where we're at there. And then let's put for the second time down here, we do some different chords. Computers were made so you could be lazier and more efficient. Man, I think so in a way, but also like it causes more problems than needs to be because you're more or less messing with them all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like it creates more problems than needs to be. At least that's my feeling, at least. I could be wrong. So that chord's the same at 22, but then at 23 we go to the F. So let's put a new one. But yeah, it should be. Computers are supposed to make it easier, but I think composing-wise it makes it more difficult because you have a lot more things to worry about. You know, you got a production side and stuff instead of just writing the freaking notes. Whoops. There we go. I can't believe we've almost been composing for 2 hours. Wow. All right, there we go. Holy crap, I haven't saved this. Whoa, let's save this. We've been doing this for a while. Oh. That would not be good. If this thing would have crashed. Oh, definitely. If you just want to write the notes, there. Oh yeah, I have Notion or Notation. What do I have? Notion. Yeah, I want to get Sibelius, but see the problem with that is I don't read music. I'm just a whole, problem. I'm just a problem. I do everything by my ear, and that's why I think I have a lot of issues. I'm learning to read music, so trying. I'm getting actually pretty good at it. It's just mine is reading rhythm. Reading the rhythm notes and learning that, and that's really my hang up is rhythm, which I got a book for rhythm. This rhythm training. Darko Sibelius. Yeah, no, I looked at Darko just because I'm a Cubase user. It makes sense, but I went with Notion because it was cheaper, and just so I didn't have to spend a lot of money out the gate. Like if I got really good at writing and notation software, then I would step up. But yeah, I think I've opened Notion maybe 4 times since I've owned it. But yeah. Anyway, that's another point. I think didn't Cubase, they acquired people that were working on Sibelius. They basically got the whole team that was working on Sibelius. Now they work for Darko. So just give it some time and let them, build the stuff, and I think it'll be good. All right, let's see. So, okay, there, that helps out a lot. Honestly, Darko has a bit to go, and it isn't a DAW. I wish it were. Someday, I will be able to write music in a DAW to a sample library. I know, man. Like, that's the thing. When that happens, Actually, what I'm waiting for is I could just hook something up to my brain, and then I just think it, and it will go into the computer. When that day happens, all will be well. But I think we're far off from that yet. I know what you meant, Curtis. Like you just program it into a notation, and then it outputs it using the sample libraries and does all the articulations, and it programs it into the sample libraries for you. Yeah, when that day happens, yeah, that will be amazing. Totally feel you. The day I'm waiting for is I take a USB cable or FireWire, whatever they have at that time, plug it in my brain. I just think of the song, and it will input that data or read my mind, and it will grave it for me. When we get there, then we really got something. Dorco has all the parts. Yeah, they're just building it, man. It's going to take some time. I think that's probably where they're going with it, where it's an actual DAW, and then you just plug in everything, your sample libraries, and then you plug all the notes in, and it will do all the rest. For notation, you just plug all the notes. Once that happens, yeah, that will be a beautiful day. Because, like, I don't want to have to do all this, you know? Oh, I have that piano still in there. Yeah, if they milled it with Cubase. I think that's what they're going to do. Simple integration, like you can program everything into Cubase and then export it into Dorco. Then it will do the notation for you, or you could do everything in Dorco. I sound like I'm saying Dorkco. Dorkco. It's Dorco. Then you just notate everything, and then you take that, export it into Cubase with all your sample libraries, and it'll mock it up for you. There you go. No, I'm totally with you, but for guys like me that can't write notation, it's useless. That's why we have to learn how to do it. But for you, I know you can write notation. So yeah, for you, it's beautiful. It's coming, man. I think it is. Isn't that connection Notion with? Yeah, I think Notion. I have Notion, which is it's a really cool program. And since I'm not an expert, that's why I got it, because I figured if I got Sibelius, I would have been lost. And I'm still lost. So I think Notion Studio One claims to be integrated. Yeah, it kind of is, but I don't think it's there yet. The only truth missing is the ability to write the music by hand. Yeah, old school. Then get a Cubase project. Yep. I know what you mean, Curtis. They're basically just, you could go into Dorco and notate the whole piece for you, export it out into Cubase with all your sample libraries, and it will take all the notation, put it into MIDI data, and there you go. You're good. And hit play, record it, send it out to an audio file, you're done. It's coming. I think that's what they're working on. All right. So where do we go from here? So let's repeat this. We're going to have to take that note here, and we're going to have to bring it back to here. So that's how it sounds. Cool. Let's save this. Probably going to go for maybe another half hour-ish. Because I hate having these videos like 3 hours, 4 hours long. Does Cubase have an erase button like Machine? What do you mean? You just hit delete, right? Or am I being completely an idiot? Have an erase button. I mean, you could just select whatever you want and hit the delete, and it will delete it for you. It's like we all have these half-assed things to mimic what we already have written in music. Like, why key switch instead of a staccato mark? Yeah, it is frustrating. Like, that's the thing. Like, when I hear pieces or when I want to try to do something with the sample, and that's the thing, when, sample libraries are not a human, and they're not going to play like a real orchestra. So I'm thinking, like, all the music I've heard, orchestral music, I've seen live orchestras, so I know how they play, sort of, and then trying to make a sample library sound the way I hear it in my head. It's just, it doesn't happen. Like piano, I could play the piano and I could tell you exactly how I want it. Like, see that little dun dun dun. So now I have to go in here and fiddle with it. Actually, maybe we move this note here. Yeah, that's what I wanted. You know, to get that inflection like a real flute player would play. Sorry, I had that piano on there. See, dun dun dun. Old school drum machine delete button. I don't know. I've never used a drum machine. So I don't know. That's a question I don't know if I can answer. See, that's what I want it to sound like. So what am I doing wrong here? Must be. That's all right. Anyway, see, this is the problem. You start messing with this, and then you freaking are messing with MIDI data than you are composing. All right, so I think when we that could work, but I don't know. Hold on, I gotta. Oh. That's not gonna work. Am I getting used to using? Yeah, I'm starting to get used to expression maps. Like I said, basically this is a whole new learning thing for me because like I said, I switched over to mostly Spitfire stuff, and using expression maps, which I wasn't using before. I was using a lot of East West and samples, and I would just play it in most of the time, and then edit MIDI data. So yeah, it is a big adjustment for me. So that's why I'm composing slower, because I'm learning that is on top of of this as well. And so I'm still building out the template. I'm hopefully going to do a video soon, a full walkthrough, but you guys are kind of seeing it right here. But I want to go a little more in depth in how I have everything set up. And yeah, they're nice making all the expressions. It is. So what I'm doing, I'm making a bunch of expression maps. I'm saving them, and I will put them up on my website for just a simple donation. They'll be for free, but if you want to donate, that's cool. If not, whatever. So I'm going to start putting those up on the website. So for everybody. So I'm working on that as well. I'll have basically pretty much all of Spitfire, like Albion 1, the Symphony series, the Woodwinds brass strings will be up there. And then I'll hope to get East West and Samples expression maps as well. So be on the lookout for that. They're not all going to be up at once. So, like, I'll probably do Spitfire because I already have most of those. And then what will happen is it'll just be on my website, and you can download them. Like I said, for free. And if you want to donate, for the hard work time that it takes to make an expression map, and then they'll be editable too, so you can go in and customize them and change stuff that I've done. They're just going to be basic expression maps, but yeah, I hope to get that up on the website soon. Because I know people struggle like with that, and they want expression maps, but they don't want to sit here and make the time. Yeah, it does take forever. Yeah, the reason I like expression maps because it is a little bit simpler, and you can see it and you can program them in than using key switches and program the keys. It's the same principle, but it's just like here. Let me open it up so you know what I'm talking about. So as you can see right here, here's all my all my articulations, and all I have to do is just click and pop down what I want, and that's it. I'm done. I don't have to sit here and individually click on a freaking MIDI note, and it's all done for me, and I can see it and I can experiment. So yeah, it's nice. So I'll have some of the Spitfire ones up on my website. Probably I don't know when. Kind of busy, like I have some projects that I'm working on, so I needed a break, and that's why we're composing today. So all right. But yeah, my screen and layout is very clear. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm just using OBS, and I actually got a new webcam. So it looks a little bit clearer than my old one, and I think it looks a little bit better. Little colors are a little bit better, and so I have a 4K monitor here, and that's why it's really small. I can't do the 1080. It just doesn't look good. So, but thank you. I'm glad it looks clear. Wow, we've streamed for 2 hours. I guess this is good, man. We got what do we got? 22 bars? That's a pretty good day, right? Yeah, right. Didn't really do much. This is another thing, like not to beat yourself up, like if we only compose like 8 bars in one day. Think about this, man. When Mozart and Beethoven and Vivaldi and Bach, when they would compose, man, it takes them to write a symphony. It would take them years, like writing. But they're doing a little more dense music, obviously, than what I'm composing here. But think about that, man. They would be lucky if they could get 8 bars in a day. I mean, think about that. You spent 8 hours composing, and you just composed 8 bars. That's the thing about music. So don't beat yourself up if you've only composed, 10 bars today. Be thankful you composed 10 bars. Like I always say, man, watching somebody compose is like watching paint dry. It's just like, okay. But I love it because I love watching people compose, and because you find new ways to do things, and you get to see the process. Watching the process is beautiful. And plus, I get to talk to all you guys and crack jokes and have fun. That's actually cool, man. I like that, how it goes into that. Need some programming and modulation, expression. Short says, actually, Bach made over 1,000 compositions, so time to feel bad. Yeah, man. I am not comparing myself to Bach or Mozart or any of those dudes. I'm not even allowed in the same room as them. But you gotta think about it, man. We live in a different time than they lived, you know? It was just different. Like, this is what they did. I mean, think about it. They didn't have TV. They didn't have the internet. They didn't have all these distractions. So think about it. If you had 12 hours a day, you know, of time, of course, you're going to spend it playing the piano and writing music because there's nothing else to distract you. You know, I'm sure they had jobs and all that stuff. But I mean, just think about that, you know? Bach on a Mac would compose. Yeah, dude. You could think about if Mozart, Bach, and Beethoven had a computer, the stuff they could come up with. Holy crap. Do I ever lay guitar tracks? I try to, man. It's something I want to do. My new push for this year in 2018 is to start utilizing guitar, kind of, and stop chasing the, like, I gotta be like, this orchestral guy, like, Williams, John Williams, and like, it's like, so my thing this year and my motto for the year is just be me, man. If I play guitar and like, and I want to start putting real instruments to my tracks, to bring some little more, just a more liveliness to it. I have a feeling Bach would be a Surim junkie. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine hearing Bach do freaking dubstep? Yeah, Bach could improvise a fugue. That's the thing. See, and that's the thing I think a lot of people miss and a lot of like historians on music don't talk about. Dude, these guys were improvising, man. They were writing. And think about it. Back then, the repertoire wasn't like it is today. These dudes were making it up as they went along, but they knew music. Don't get me wrong. They knew how to write music. They knew it in and out. But most of the time, they were really amazing piano players or harpsichord players. Bach was. Dude, they would just sit down and improvise a piece and bam. And most of those pieces that we hear was them doing that. Just like, okay, now I'm going to write it out. That was my thing for the day. I just wrote it. They just sit here, pull up this and... There, that's Bach. If you want anything from Bach, he does that stuff, those trills, man. That's one thing I picked up when I listen to a lot of classical music. I do it more when I play guitar. It's like that trill stuff. When they do melody lines, they're like that do. So if you study like, oh God, it's escaping me. What Bach made, the name's escaping me. Baroque. There it is. Thank you, Curtis. Baroque. Yeah. Yes, they do a lot of trills. That's one thing when I would listen to like Bach and Mozart and stuff. And then when you listen to classical type music, they're when they do a melody in classical, especially Mozart, he emphasizes the one like that. Like his melodies, like he'll really emphasize the one most of the time, and he'll really then it's really bouncy, and pedal tones. Yeah, that's Bach, man. He would do a lot of pedal tones. But I did take music history in college, and I got an A. I knew more than most of my classmates. I took a pop music class, and I knew more than everybody. I just love music, and I knew stuff that like people probably shouldn't have known in their 20s. Like I started listening to classical. I came to the game late. I started listening to classical music the tail end of high school. I think I was a senior, so I would have been like 18 years old. That's when I started listening to classical music. And how I got there, very interesting story. So I'm a heavy metal junkie. Love heavy metal, thrash metal. That's where I come from. Guitar. I got freaking James Hetfield over there on my wall. So I was a Metallica freak. So when they came out with S&M, that is what did it for me. And Steve Vai is another guy. When I heard Passion and Warfare, like literally my mind like blew. Like it just, holy, you can do that. Like that's what I said. I was like, you can do that with guitar. And that's what it all started. And then I got into Yngwie Malmsteen, and then, the list goes on. I've listened to all those guys: Jason Becker, Marty Friedman, Paul Gilbert, Buckethead. Yeah, I went down that rabbit hole for a few years. I didn't go to school for music. I went to college. Well, I went to community school in my hometown, Black Hawk College, and I took 1 semester of music courses. So I took jazz guitar, and I took music theory. So you got to understand here. I didn't know how to read. I was a guitar player that played by my ear, had no musical training, and I'm in theory 1 for college. Yeah, I pulled a D out of that course 1 semester. So that's pretty damn good with no musical background to pull a D. I still have my textbook. It's right over here, music theory. I open it up from time to time. And I was getting really good, man. By the end of the semester, like doing figure bass and all that stuff, I starting to understand it. But that was like 2001, I think, is when I took that. So it's been a long time. But a little bit comes out. And I actually had my mind blown the other day when I was reading music. I was watching a video on YouTube, and I actually started understanding rhythm and notation. I was like, oh, there. It was like 3/4, and I was like, there was 1 note with 4 notes that were connected by bars. Like, yeah, there's the beats, because those are 16th notes or 8th notes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm starting to understand it a little bit. So yeah, Antonio, I'll play it from the beginning. Sorry. But yeah, so I took 1 semester of actual music courses, man. And I kick myself now because I took guitar lessons. I wish I took piano lessons now, in hindsight of everything. Because back then I wanted to be a guitar player. I was into Yngwie and Steve Vai and all that. I could listen to Cacophony and Paul Gilbert, Racer X. And so this would have been about 2000, 2001. All right, here we go. Okay, so there's some issues with this, I hear already. That flute, we need to work out that flute. I have to respond to somebody here. Kelly, Antonio, I did see the piece. I'll listen to it in a sec. I agree. Theory is not only fun; it's also eye-opening and ear-opening. I do not subscribe to the idea learning theory kills the magic. So when I was learning theory, and I actually it really started to work for me on guitar, and I started to figure stuff out. I was making chords and all that stuff. I don't think it kills theory, but you have to get over the hump first, because when you start composing, if you're composing and learning theory all at the same time, you'll have that little voice in your head. Well, that's not what music theory says. That's not what music theory says. I can't do that. I can't do. And so sometimes some people get hung up on that, which I was there for a while. So I did feel like at first when I started learning everything that I felt like it did cripple my creativity. I was like, because most of the time I would come from it just by sound and, experimenting. But then when you start knowing that, okay, this is the correct way, sometimes it can. But what you got to do is you got to forget about it and just do it and rely on the theory there just as background, and that that, okay, I can do this, but I can also do that. So yeah, I agree. It will not kill the magic. But I think at first it could kind of do it a little bit because you'll get hung up too much on it. Music theory is also very important if you want to talk to other. Yeah, Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think the whole thing of theory with me is like go off and do your thing, learn how to learn by ear, and then once you know that okay, I need to do something, then go learn theory. Um, then it'll all make sense to you, or just learn it along the way. But when Bach and Mozart, dude, I guarantee you they weren't sitting there thinking about theory when they were writing. They were just sitting at a freaking keyboard and improvising. Dude, that sounds cool. And then after the fact, music scholars sat down and analyzed people. Well, see, they're doing the 1, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3 thing. It works. Okay. I don't get hung up on that stuff, man. I think it's vital. I think you really need to know it. And you can tell people that know music theory when they truly compose, they're a lot quicker and they make decisions like me. Look, I'm struggling on this stupid piece right here because I don't know the theory as well. I mean, I do. It's just when you have an audience and you're on display, your mind just kind of freaks out a little bit. And like I said, you get tunnel vision, and like the simplest things that you can think about aren't there. If that makes any bit of sense. This is not easy, let me tell you. Putting yourself on display and out there for people to watch you. I love it because it pushes me, and I love talking to everybody. But it's not easy. When you turn that camera on and there's like 8 people watching you, and dude, that sucks, or whatever. You can totally, yeah, right, Curtis. Because they understood, well, if I do go from the 4, I can go here. They knew the options that will sound and work best. But I subscribe. If you've ever heard me, I subscribe to Mike Verda. His philosophy, pretty much in lines with me, is a lot. Yeah, after the fact, and you go back and analyze this stuff. Of course, yeah, that But dude, they made it up as they went. Trust me. People were sitting in the caves. Okay, that don't work. That works. That works. And then after a while, you figure out, okay, these works, that works, this combinations. It is a very powerful tool. Don't make me sit here and think that music theory, I don't think it's important. I think it's very, very important. But it's not necessary because, there's great musicians. I think having a good ear, a good understanding of music, and listening to a lot of music will get you where you need to go. You got to understand music. You got to understand how to speak to people because, as we all know, people that are music theory buffs and that's all they talk about, blah, 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 go listen to their music. Yeah. Go listen to it. And you tell me if that music's any good. I'm talking about like academic stuff, like the atonal, like that stuff, But I'm using all this cool stuff. Did you see that, man? I did a diminished whatever here and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. So you got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to write a melody. You got to know how to speak to people, set up patterns and stuff. So we're done. No more, because I don't want to. That's just where I'm coming from. I can't listen to atonal music. It just bores me. I have to have melody. Got to have the patterns. It's got to speak to me. It's got to go somewhere. I just can't listen to that. Whatever. But if you're into that, that's cool. But I guarantee you, people aren't going to listen to your music. Yeah, there's some really cool atonal stuff. I mean, yeah, certain contexts, certain things, that stuff works perfectly. I'm just saying, your average, you're not gonna. I don't know. Whatever. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But you know what I'm talking about, like It works for, like, if you're doing a horror score, that is beautiful and it works in context. But am I gonna flip that record on or that track or that MP, and listen to that for 4 hours? No, I'm not. After about 10 minutes, I'm like, what? Okay, this isn't doing it for me. But music is a language. Music You gotta learn how to speak to people, and it's the hardest thing. It's the hardest thing, man. Melody is the hardest thing to do, and in certain contexts. I mean, you can always, do chord tones, and it works. But Ligeti, um, you know, and one thing I'm learning, and just transcribing and listening, most melodies are not very hard. They're not doing all this stuff, man, that we think that they are. It's just very simple, like, it's like, that ain't that hard, but we make it hard. Penerdecti. I think I've listened to that, Penerdecti. So it's just, music is not easy, man. If it was so easy, then everybody would do it and everybody would be famous. And, some people are just naturally gifted. Like, I think I have a decent ear. I mean, I don't know. I think what my strengths are, like, and I think I've shown it with the track review live streams. I'm good at hearing people's music and making it better. Like, I should be a producer, because I'll hear something, and then, like, things will just happen in my brain. Like, you need this, you need to put it this way, got to put it this way. Let's arrange it like that. But when it comes to my music, for some reason, that all goes out the window. I don't know what it is, man. It's something I'm working on. But yeah, like, I love doing track reviews and hearing people's and giving them, dude, did you try this, man? Try that, try this. This will make it sound cool. So anyway. All right. So this flute line needs to be fixed. There's something really weird with it. I feel like there needs some, like, I think something that Curtis said earlier was we need some pulsating synth or something in the background to give some movement. Like, so I think that's what we need to do. That's cool. That's not cool. That takes me out of it. When I hear that, it just took me out of it. But I want that, like, emphasis, though. That. Let's try that. That's a little bit better. And I think, like, trying to write music that's slow and melody is the hardest thing, man. Yeah, I'm using Mac OS High Sierra. Yep, I'm using High Sierra 10.13.3. And I after they went to 9.5, whatever version of Cubase this is, when they did that update, I had some problems. Let's see, I have 9.5.10, 64-bit. After they did that one. Actually, I haven't had, the only problem I have is sometimes when I open up Cubase for the first time, it will crash automatically. And then I have to reopen it, then usually it's fine. But as you can see, we've been up for 2.5 hours and, knock on wood, it hasn't crashed. So, most of the time it runs pretty good. See, I'm blown away by guys like Dirk Eiler, or I think that's how you pronounce this. Some of these guys on YouTube, man. But see, they do this for a living. They write cues every day. I don't, they can knock out a freaking, track in 2 hours. It's amazing. I hope to get there. I'm pushing myself. But yeah, I'm running High Sierra. Do you have issues with yours? Well, I think we're going to call it a day today. I don't know. I need to get some lunch. I think that note, that third note doesn't need to go that long. This is another problem. I start tweaking things. I don't keep going and then coming back and tweak. I tweak as I go along, and that's why I get hung up on stuff. I don't know if I like that. That's not it. Yeah, I need some food. I think I like that better. The D to the C instead of CD. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Antonio. Just I'll be in Discord. So just we'll talk in there. I saw your track, man. I'll get it. I need some food, man. I've been sitting here for 2.5 hours. The coffee crash, man. That's what happened. I was all like hyped up on caffeine, and now I'm like, starting to. But thanks for tuning in, man. Cheers. Yep. See you later, man. I'll see you in Discord. All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it today. Like I said, this was just an impromptu stream. It's been a while since I've done one of these, and I was really itching to do one. I think we got a good track here. So maybe hopefully I can stream maybe in a couple more days. I'm not sure. Like I said, I got some projects going on, kind of busy. We'll try to do it so we can finish this track. I'd just like to say thanks everybody for tuning in. If you tuned in live and enjoyed the conversation, and anybody that's watching the rebroadcast, if you made it this far, thank you. And as always, like I said, hit up the Discord. The link will be below. We got a couple more people that joined. It's a community for everybody here. Composing Made Simple is the name of the chat room, where we just talk, suggest, help people. You can get your track feedback if you have tracks that you have and you want some feedback. As you can see, people here in the chat were helping me out. That's what they're there for. They'll help you there as well in chat. There's just a whole bunch of different topics in the Discord, and I really strongly suggest you joining it. I think it would be really great for you, for me, just for the community. So anyway, that's the last thing about Discord. I know I said it all day. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, if you like this, hit the like button. Please subscribe. Check out all the other content. And as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Take care.